Hello everybody, how's it going? We're talking about the top 5 most popular gold chains that I see people rocking on a daily basis. Now keep in mind, this ranking has a lot to do with the area I live in. So if you're on the East Coast or if you're in a different country, you might have a different ranking, or honestly, different chains altogether. But let me know in the comment section what you rock as your daily setup and what you see other people around you wearing as well. Now, starting off at number 5 is a chain that I unfortunately do not have in my collection, but that is the flat curb. And just for reference, picture, I have here a Miami Cuban Link. Picture that these links are a bit more spaced out and that it's just like absolutely razor thin. This one's a little bit more chunky, but if just picture it razor thin, boom, you got the flat curb. Now, I see that all the time. Typically, I actually see bracelet versions of it more on both men and women, but honestly, having the combination of both the chain and the bracelet is super sick. Now, what I love about the flat curb is that it's something lightweight, it's something with presence, and on top of that, it also has a really, really nice shine factor. Now, with it being lightweight, that is a good thing for your wallet. So if you're thinking about getting into solid pieces, you want something that is more affordable, that is going to be a bit wider in millimeters, flat curb is a great one to pull for. And just kind of for comparison, I believe you can get like a 4 to 4.5 millimeter flat curb for the same price as like a 2.5 3 millimeter rope chain, because there's not as much grams required, you know what I mean, weight required to make these flat curbs. But honestly, flat designs usually catch the eye a lot, so they are going to get attention from people that are going to notice it on your chest. You're not going to have people kind of squinting or just overlooking, you know, your chain, because it's you cannot just ignore a flat curb. In 4th place is the Franco chain. Now, I see this on both men and on women. Typically on women, I see it at around 1.5 to 2 millimeters, and they put a really nice pendant on it. With guys, I see it or like the 2.5 to 4 millimeter sizing on it. But my favorite thing about the Franco and what makes it one of my favorite chains, well, actually, let me kind of backtrack on that. It's my favorite chain to rock with a pendant. All right, so it's a very robust, strong type of chain that isn't gonna fold on your neck and just looks so good with pendants on. The one that I have around my neck is from Saints Gold, and it's just seamless. Like when I'm moving around, like I never have to worry about fixing my chain. It just looks great. It catches light really, really nicely. And I believe that the guy that created the Franco did it with the Cuban Link in mind, but just without it kinking up. So he had the idea of the Cuban Link with no cons pretty much, and boom, came up with the Franco. Now, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of the Franco design, but I'm more of a fan of its durability. So if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for that subtle flex, the chain that's not too flashy but weighs more than like a thicker flat curb or flat link in general, then I think you're gonna get down with the Franco chain. Now in 3rd place, honestly, from 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place, these interchange all the time, but I'm gonna go for right now, right? So I am gonna put the Miami Cuban Link in 3rd place. This used to be my number 1, but it's been dethroned by my other number 1 that I'm gonna show you on this list. But the Cuban Link is a classy, timeless chain. This is the piece that got me into wanting to get solid gold chains. You know what I mean? It really skyrocketed my interest. It's what made me like start to watch jewelry videos, and I see this all the time on guys, on girls, whether it's like a 5 millimeter. I've seen like an older gentleman rock it at like a 3 millimeter. I see people when they go out clubbing or to bars wearing the iced out thicker Miami Cuban Link. Again, both guys and girls. So it's something that you can wear subtly, with the smaller millimeters. And it's also something that you can step out in and be really flashy. And yeah, you can just be really flashy and nice with it. You know what I mean? So this is just one of those chains that, you know, if you pass down to your kids and they pass it down to their kids, it's still going to be in style. So for me, I used to really want a solid gold Miami Cuban Link. Like, that was my dream chain. And there's a part of me that still wants that, but it's no longer at the top of that list, just because I do see this very often and I kind of want a piece that is going to be more unique. The ones on my neck, these are kind of, well, the rope chain on my neck is what was my first solid piece. So it was like my starter chain, but kind of going forward, it would be like, it'd be cool to rock something like an Hermes link. You know what I mean? But yeah, the Cubans, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Whenever I do like Instagram polls on what your favorite chain is and I have people vote, this always comes up on top. This or the rope chain. They just go back and forth. People just cannot get enough of them. Now, in second place, it's the rope chain. It's the rope chain, all right? So this one that you see in my hands, all of these are plated pieces. The ones on my neck are solid, but this piece right here, I wore nonstop for a year. It did not come off my neck when I was showering, when I was sleeping, pools, jacuzzis, beaches, hikes, all that sort of stuff. This stayed with me, and it's still in pretty good condition, if I may say so myself. Now, with the rope chains, these are just, like I said, great starter chains. If you do not know what to go for, but you know you want the rounder design and you want something that's a bit more intricate in design, then this is a solid one to pull for. Now, kind of touching on the idea of wanting a round chain, what's good with the rope chains is that they do not require as much like gold in comparison to something heavier like the Franco or the Miami Cuban. So you have something with established presence that has a really, really beautiful design, but it's not gonna run you the same cost as like a Franco or a Cuban in the same millimeter. So I'm really, really happy that I did go with the rope chain. And it is my favorite one that I wear just because of sentimental value. The rope chain is not my favorite chain of all time, but again, it's more of a sentimental thing for me. So I always recommend a rope to people that are looking to buy their first one, especially if they want to throw a pendant on it. It looks really good. And I do like the diamond cut rope chains as well, just because the diamond facets just make it look super, super, I said super superb, but I meant to say super, super beautiful. I'm just stumbling. This heat just got me. You know what I mean? Now, in first place, I cannot escape this chain for the life of me. It is the Figaro, all right? I do love this one. This is the badass Italian chain here that has made a resurgence, because I don't really remember seeing too many of these growing up. You know what I mean? At least when I was a teenager, I didn't see as many of these. When I was a kid, I saw more of like people my parents' age sort of rocking it, but I cannot escape this chain in person and online. When I'm scrolling on Instagram or on TikTok, there is always, 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 always somebody wearing a Figaro chain. Like, there's just something about this that popped off. I know that it's big in baseball as well. Mookie Betts rocks like a big ass Figaro chain. So maybe that's where some interest sparked with people into baseball and stuff like that. But no, like this is just, it's gorgeous. I used to think that the Mariner chain was my favorite type of flat link, but after kind of wearing this Figaro earlier today, I was like, there's just something about it that I gravitate to. You know what I mean? I feel like it looks a little bit better on me than the Mariner does. But I remember recently, like I went out, I think we were at like Dave & Buster's, something like that, but there was probably like 7 guys that were wearing gold chains, and each and every one of them were wearing a Figaro, and they were the only people wearing gold chains in that place besides me. And like I remember when I went to this, it's not like an ice cream shop, I can't remember like what it was, but then the girls there were also wearing Figaros. So what I love about this is the design. You know, it makes this elongated link here makes it kind of present bigger than it actually is, especially if you hold it next to a flat curb or something like that. It just looks a little bit bigger, even though the millimeters can be the same. But this one also sits beautifully flush on the skin, the chest, you know what I'm saying. And I remember I was talking to my sister, and she was like, the Figaro is like a hot person chain. You know, she was like, there's just something about it that whenever it's on somebody, they just look so much hotter. And I was like, wow, I love that take. You know what I mean? So yeah, Figaros right now are the #1 most popular chain that I see on people both online and in person, even more so than the ropes and the Miami Cuban, which I didn't really expect. But lately, like, people have just been buying this type of chain design. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the love. Let me know in the comment section again what you rock and what your dream chain is. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.